All right, this is going to be a little bit of a mindset and psychology and neuroscience concept here. And it's the concept of what the memory system is doing in the body and uh, what having a world-class mindset looks like. And the actions, the activities you can do, the exercise you can do to build a world-class mindset. The first thing that I would say is that there's three parts of perception in the consciousness. There's your memory, and then there's your fantasy. So there's daydreaming of some imaginary past or future, right? That's just it's a kind of cognition. Then there's the past, and the past is like memories of the past. It's not necessarily the past, but they're like you're like recalling. And what happens is you have the present moment, which is like the real truth. The present moment's the real truth, and the present moment's also divided into a few layers. But then when you have memories or imagination, it's a filter on it's a hallucination that your brain is doing on the present moment. And so you always have the present moment, and then if you're remembering something, recalling something, it's a filter or a hallucination. It's an overlay on the present moment. It distorts reality. Same thing with imagination in the future and expectations of the future. It's a distortion. So uh it changes so like your belief is based on your memory and your imagination. And so if you want to change your beliefs, you have to change what you're imagining and you have to change your past memories. And it's almost biblical. This is actually like really biblical because the Bible talked about healing of memories. It's an esoteric teaching in the Bible, healing of memories. And so what's happening a lot of the times in a 95% repetitive thinking loop that most human beings are in. This is National Science Foundation EEG recordings, real data. 95% of your thoughts are repetitive, 5% are novel. That 95% is memory and hallucinations or imaginations, fancies of the future. Call them fancies, fancying. And so in order to have a world-class mindset, you have to be very selective which with what memories you allow into your mind and what imagination, what future future memories or visualizations or dreams, call it dreams, whatever you're dreaming about, what dreams you allow into your mind. And by doing this, you're actually changing the belief structure and what the neurochemicals are focused on, right? What they believe. If you're replaying these bad memories, you're distorting your present moment. You're also distorting, like, yeah, you're basically the present moment becomes fuzzy. Same thing with dreaming. If you're just dreaming about the future, the reality of the objective reality also becomes fuzzy and skewed. And so this kind of selective memory and the selective dreaming will change your present moment, change the neurology, and change the way you feel about yourself in the present moment. And this exercise is what creates a great self concept, a better personal identity, self belief, self esteem. It stacks those selective wins, those selective memories, and selective dreams. And so you literally start to almost energetically vibrate different. It's actually, this is one of the main ways to change your vibration. That's why it's almost kind of biblical. And and so your main goal in mindset work is having a list, like a running list of selective memories and selective dreams that are wins, that are accomplishments, that are empowering, instead of ruminating on the negativity, because humans have a negativity bias on those bad past memories and trying to prevent those bad things in the future again. In a prevention orientation, have a more promotion orientation in your mindset. So I'll give you an example. I remember that I was doing some YouTube videos that were getting some good results. One of my videos got like 2,000, 3,000 views, and the traffic was running to my landing page. My landing page was converting at 50%. and my email list was growing and I was making progress. I was like, wow, this can start to compound. And I saw in my Supabase on my database, all these leads and phone numbers start to come in and my automation start running. I was like, wow, like this is really possible. And then, projecting that into the future, what would happen when my email list grows and grows? And that brings back this idea in entrepreneurship of that, like your email list, you should make about $1 for every person on your email list per month. And so, like, everything you do in entrepreneurship is really about trying to do lead generation and grow your email list. And so you do that with like different free offers. So different free things, different free offers. You do this over and over through this iteration and feedback process. You can sort of speed this up by doing market research, but it's more fun. Like personal branding's fun if you have the time. It's fun because you can talk about your interests, et cetera, get feedback on your interests, and then your message kind of starts to laser and dial in. I've been talking about this for years and years. And anyways, so the mindset thing, there can be other wins too, like just not ruminating on these bad things, these bad experiences, but letting those kind of dissipate and then only trying to recollect wins. That's how you have a world-class mindset. You only think about your wins, and your wins actually changes your neurology real time in the present moment. You bring back that same emotional state, and then you have full state control, or you have more of a world-class state control. This is why people who are like winning all the time, they just always have energy and that world-class mindset. Like I would argue that a world-class mindset comes from this kind of focus. And people who just happen to have world-class mindsets out of thin air, it's because they were rewarded. They had this winner effect. But the same thing, like if you combine winning with personal development and the right kind of understanding, then your growth trajectory multiplies because people can win, and they can get too high up, too much dopamine, and then they can just crash. They can make one wrong decision, one bad emotional decision, and then the whole thing crumbles. And so mindset's going to be important. This is just one strategy. It's a visualization strategy. It's a focus strategy. But this was one of the main things that I took away from studying phenomenology. Phenomenology is the way that the mind perceives reality and the different modes of reality, like memory, past, present, future, memory and imagination in the present moment. It's like 3 layers. So there's like 3 basic layers to your perception. In the back behind you, you have, your memories. In front of you, you have your dreams. And then in the present moment, you just have the present moment. And what's happening is that present moment is being distorted by this hallucination of memories and dreams. And so it's an overlay. It's literally, you have the present moment and then you have like an overlay on top of it. And that is it's your belief system. It's your being, like your entire being, your entire nervous system listens to your memories. Your entire nervous system listens to your dreams. And so nervous system mastery, mindset mastery is in the selective reuptake of memories and the selective projection of dreams and a positive anticipation of the future. Now, these are insights that are hard won, but in general, and you can look at people like Chase Hughes, like mind control experts, $1 million budgets, and worked for the CIA or whatever, that say that confidence really is just general positive expectation for the future, like general expectation that good things will happen. And that mindset is an actual function. It's an activity. And so, if I'm transitioning kind of away from AI, because AI is kind of this fake thing and it's also kind of boring. It's just file folders, structuring information, stacking information, and it's extremely hard to communicate the nuances of or make it interesting or sellable. It's just something people have to do. It's like people have to go organize their room. Same thing with AI. They'll have to go organize their file folders and connect it to an LLM. And also, they're agreeing with whatever LLM provider to sell their entire life's data to them for very cheap. Like they're actually paying to use their model to sell them their life's data to train the model. It's like, no, 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 no. We want to local host everything. Stop selling all of our data. And so, anyways, there's really big philosophical problems that need to be tackled that aren't going to be tackled by AI because AI is not conscious. AI is not a being. AI has really no thinking process. It's some reasoning loop that's hard coded by rules by some random, half philosopher that thinks they're moral. And my AI stopped even doing what I wanted it to do. And so I'm completely canning a lot of the big models. I'm not going to use them anymore. Not going to sell them my ideas. Not going to use them for anything because the fact of the matter is they're controlling you now. They don't do what you ask. They're not tools. I'm putting in commands that it's denying because it thinks it's unmoral or whatever the fuck. And so you have like these extremely liberal models that are stealing everyone's data, and it's a fucked up situation. So, anyways, it goes up and down, up and down, up and down, back and forth, back and forth. We'll see if there's another model that comes better. Um, anyways, beyond the point. Point is, I'm getting negative. You can see I just go into this negative loop, right? Uh, no, there's real problems beyond AI that the humans will have to step up, and that's kind of the idea of working more on mindset coaching. And I've always had this kind of drive to do some sort of performance coaching, high performance coaching, entrepreneurship coaching, et cetera, et cetera. And unfortunately, the marketing for that is challenging. Plus, the psychology, people's psychology is horrendous. People's mindsets are horrendous. Um, the marketplace, the mental health is a clusterfuck right now, and so um, it's really easy. It's extremely easy to just get bitter when you work with people and you do coaching. Anyways, not gonna go there. Not gonna vent. Um, but I do need to do some like somatics to like vent and like. Anyways, okay, that's it.